Well, everybody, it's January 1st. I've been cooped up in my cave for a week. I got the airplane done, made a few videos, and I don't know, I thought we'd just sit around and shoot the BS for a while. I've pretty much done rubbing. I'll give a walk around on the airplane, but it's for the first rub out, it's finished. Let's take a look at it. Show you what I got. We'll get some close-ups of this thing. I think it turned out fairly nice. Not too shabby for a guy that doesn't know anything. I was watching windy polishing videos, and he loves that Gorham's. I don't know why. Let's turn it around to the other side. I'm holding the camera with one hand and moving the airplane with the other. We'll get a weight on it here. It's in complete flight dress right now. Thank you, Alexander. It's got some pretty good reflection to it. I'm sure that once it's boned out and machine polished, it will shine even more. But got a little work to do here. It's not quite perfect, but we'll get it there. There's a couple little spots on it that I need to touch up. But all in all, it came out pretty nice. Thank you, Alan. Going out of focus. Let's see what it weighs. Let me set this down. Been about 2 days since it was cleared. So, Happy New Year, Gerald. Been about 2 days since it was cleared, so it's had some time to gas off. Plus, I've sanded and rubbed and all that business. So let's weigh it up, see what it weighs. Feels lighter already. And I'll bring the camera over to show you the weight. So we're at 0. The weight of this baby is, come on now, get out of there. 60.6. So it's not under 60, but it still possibly could. It still could dry out and get in the 59 mark, but it won't go much under that. I don't. That would be gassing off a half an ounce. I don't know, but it's still about 10 ounces lighter than everybody else's. The internet has been down here for the last, I don't know, 12, 13 hours. I'm running on my hotspot, so this is not going to be a super long video. We'll probably go half an hour. But there's really not much. I mean, I'm basically done. Now it's all about flying it. Get this out of the way. And we'll be we'll be getting some flight videos of the very first flight. But you've seen it constructed from day one. Started in March of last year, 2020. I worked on it an hour a day. I think for the next airplane, even though I'm farther along, I think for that next airplane, I need to work 2 hours a day because I don't want to be this far into the season or, into the year. I want to have a backup, another model ready by the Nats. So if I figure it out, let's see here. Yeah, maybe 2, maybe 3 hours a day on the next one, so that it's ready to go in June instead of December or January. If you got the new tank from China, it could this is a carbon fiber tank, but it's a bigger tank than I need. This is a PA-75 tank. So I'm hoping that the other tank is a half an ounce lighter. I could swap out the spinner. The spinner on this, I'm not exactly sure what it does weigh. Let's check it out, because I know what the other one weighs, the unobtainium spinner. The Medusa spinner weighs 3 grams. Now I could swap out for a tongue muffler. That would cut a half an ounce off of it. But see, it balances in about the right spot, so you gotta think of that too. This puppy here weighs 10 grams, so I could cut 7 grams, a quarter ounce off by just swapping the spinner from my other airplane onto this one. And yeah, I probably could make 59 ounces or so. These are those, this is a spinner from, what the heck is the name? Tower Hobbies or Hobby King or one of them places. It's supposedly carbon fiber, but I think it's plastic with carbon fiber mat over the top of it. Of course, you got to custom got to cut the end of it off and custom make a nut so that that'll work. Or you can run them funky 1024 screws inside of it. I don't think that looks very good. I think this looks much better. But boy, you don't ever want to get hit with that. That thing would put a hole in you. Whee! That's probably why FAI, you have to have a spinner that's rounded like a pug nose, because they're worried about somebody getting hit with a point. Well, in my opinion, if you're that stupid to stand in front of the airplane, you probably deserve to get hit. You know, when we were kids, it was survival of the fittest. We didn't have knee pads, shoulder pads, helmets, and all that. You just rode your bicycle and jumped off into the ivy or whatever. You get skinny riding the back of a pickup truck. Now everything, man, you got to live in a bubble. Everybody's got to be protected from themselves. Basically why everything's outlawed. You know, you can't have lacquer thinner, you can't have trisodium phosphate or whatever. It's a joke. So as far as the program goes here, I mean, I'm not really doing much. I mean, like I say, I got it all polished out for the first go around, and it took many hours to do, all the way till right about the bike riding. You bet. Yeah. You know, like I say, it was survival of the fittest. Why is there a haze on that? What about this light here? Yeah. Turn this that way. I can't tell. Just unplug it and see what happens. Doesn't make any difference. Okay. Anyway, it was survival of the fittest. Airplanes, you know, it's all about upbringing and teaching. What did your father teach you? Did your father teach you not to put your finger in the wall socket? When I was a kid, I would see my mom put things in the wall socket. I grabbed one of her bobby pins, opened it up, and I put it in the wall socket. I went, ooh, hot. One time. You get smart pretty quick. They can tell you not to do it all they want until you experience the zap. Going to be taking this tomorrow to Danny Winship's. We'll do a short live stream from Danny's tomorrow. I was going to go today, but it's been so long since I've been home that I figured that I would stay as long as I could. But I like to have a day. I don't like to, you know, drive on a Sunday and have to work on a Monday. A day to unwind, so to speak. I've got about 30 hours polishing in this so far. And could I polish more? Yeah. The more you polish, the shinier it'll get, but kind of is what it is now. It's, I'm going to go around. I'll even show that on camera so you know what it takes. There's a spot here. I hope it's on this one. Yeah, there it is. Okay. There's a spot right here on the back of the flaps that I kind of sanded through. There's a couple little white specks there. Well, that's not a big deal. I'm certainly not going to repaint the flaps for those little spots. So you just take some of the red paint. Come on. Well, I don't have a couple of drops and a brush. And we're just going to dot them little dots, and when they dry, I'll rub them out. And they'll be fine. You'll never see them. That's all. The reason why these happen to me, because there's no paint on this airplane. I can't explain. It looks like it's painted, and when you see it in real life, it'll look like it's painted, but there ain't no paint on it. So that killed those white spots. I got a couple white spots back here too. This is a Harley Davidson technique. You just fill in the white spots, and then when it dries, come back and polish it. You'll never see them. I think they probably do it to new cars too. Just kind of looks like a white piece of dirt on it. So to take your eye away from it, you just dab a little to be, and normally at the gnats, because this thing is going to get abused between now and the gnats. It's going to get a piece of anger rash on it, or it's going to I'm going to rub a line off or whatever. For you guys who are flying competition, bring along with you to the appearance judging some magic markers of different colors, or some touch-up paint, and an ink pen. And just before you go for appearance judging, you go around the airplane and you do this here, and they look at it and go, it's beautiful. Well, shit, it's a rag. You just touched it up. I need to polish right there a little bit. I see some low spots. We got 12 watchers, 4 thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up, but I'd like to see more. Need a little black. Oh, that's a piece of white dirt. Okay. But the reason for these videos, and to show you what I'm doing here, is that if you seriously want to build a competitive model, this is what it takes. And it seems like it's the extreme, and it is. And some guys won't get there. You don't have to. Matter of fact, I don't expect you to, especially the first time out, build a model like this or like any other airplane that I have in my shop. it takes practice. And teaching is reminding and learning. So if I remind you not to sand against the grain, and you remember not to sand against the grain, pretty soon you won't sand against the grain. I'm going to look about how I install landing gear doors, just like it's on this airplane. And it's a really good video, but I don't know whether I posted it yet or not. I also found in my jump drive, or not jump drive, but I don't know what you call it. It's a terabyte, secondary drive. I found footage from the 2000 or 2020 Nats that I know I haven't posted. But I got to put that all together, and I won't do that here because I'm kind of far away from the screen. That's why I got to get up and go read it. Even though I have glasses on, I can't see that far. These glasses are for close-up. And let me tell you, I can see the hair on these glasses. So when a guy looks at this, after I've looked at it through 300 power glasses, he can't see what I'm looking at. But all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with the results. So we got any questions for the new year? What would you like to see me do or try to accomplish? I am thinking about doing another Thunderbolt with this wing in it. The wing is already built underneath my bench back in Dayton. All I got to do is put tips on it and build a fuselage in it and elevator stabilizer, which I was going to build a new elevator stabilizer anyway, because that other one is 3.5 ounces, and that's just unacceptable. If I was a big cheater, I'd just cut this rudder off. Cut this rudder. It's got a dent in it anyway, though. Cut this rudder off right there and cut the stabilizer out of it and build a new airplane around it. Happy New Year. Popped in for a few minutes. Well, we're not going to be on long anyway. So, Montana Mike, Montana Farmer, Happy New Year to you too. This airplane has just got some neat features to it. Yeah, but I'm not going to build it to Billy's specs. I'm going to build it to my specs. I'll use a PA-75 in it. The construction will be different, lighter. I don't know how that guy built a 53-ounce Razorback Thunderbolt. I got no clue. He must have had some exceptional wood. Because it doesn't matter who's telling you what. You're not going to build light airplanes with heavy wood, period. Even if you use half the thickness. Bob Hunt says, well, if you use 8, if it calls for 8 4-pound wood, you can use 16th 8-pound wood. That ain't right. It's still going to be a turd. He may get away with it, but not me. Let's see. Let's see here. Hi, this guy from Brazil. Hey, great. I'm glad. Para mí se hablaron todo en español, but para mí no se hablaron Portuguese. And most of the guys that are listening to this are English speaking anyway. But I'm glad it's helped you learn English. I'm I speak 3 or 4 different languages: Spanish, English, Southern, and profane. So roll it all together, roll it all together, and get what you get. But I hope that we build better airplanes. That's what I'm hoping. If you really want to mess up a Spanish-speaking person, ask this question. ¿Tú crees que estoy muy alto por lo amable que estoy? That'll really screw them up because they do not speak in double and triple negatives. Remember, ¿tú crees que estoy muy alto por lo amable que estoy? I'm profane in Portuguese. Yeah. 5 years since I've been there. And the way it looks, I may not ever get back. Let's see, what does it say here? Your connection is unstable. Please wait. Oh, there we go. Because I'm working off my hotspot. So, what's really going to be funny is that little ditty that I said there in Spanish. I want to see the translator, the closed caption thing come out with that. That will be funny. That will be hilarious. We got 28 minutes in, about a minute and a half we'll run again. So I want to welcome you guys to the new year. Hopefully we can build a couple of nice models in the coming year. When I get back, we'll set this aside and set my other project aside and get to work on a new airplane. Like I say, I got a week making these mold bucks instead of mold bucks. I might as well use them again. See if I can make it work. You know, I don't know. Maybe not, because the definition of insanity is doing the same. And all 5 of them didn't work. I mean, my number 3, the one I showed you the tail to, that was the best one out of the bunch. And I did fly it for 5 years. And I got okay with it. But it doesn't do what I want it to do. It doesn't like that. It just lumber wagon. But I think that airplane would have to be sub 60. What I want it to do. As a matter of fact, there's no doubt it would have to be sub 60. Anyway, Happy New Year. Been on 30 minutes. I don't want to burn up my hotspot time. And if the internet comes back on, you know, I'll come back on. Let's see here. The Bearcat is going to be built right here on this bench here. I got to drag all that stuff back because the Bearcat is jigged up in one piece. The Bearcat is jigged up in one piece. So you put the fuselage jig down. I do have the molds for that. It says we're trying to reconnect again. I don't understand what's wrong with this stupid thing. Yeah, looks like there we go. Okay, the Bearcat, the fuselage jig sits on the table, and the wing jig sits on the table, and the elevator stabilizer jig sits on the table. So the whole airplane is built in one piece, and there's no way that I have enough room in Dayton to build that. So I'm it's going to be built right here. I got to drag all that crap back here and work on it on this bench. So yeah, we could see some work, but I wouldn't expect to see that airplane next year flying. It just because of my situation, unless I get back here and work on it, I'm not going to be able to work on it. So that's what's happening with the Bearcat. Hope you guys enjoyed the forum. Some people don't play well together, but that's okay. They'll have to learn. um, so if the internet comes back on for me, I'll be back. Fair winds, tight lines. Thumbs up. See ya.